We're going to watch a short video recorded yesterday with an inspirational person and a close friend of Hope Ireland. Her name is Kathleen Rogers, who has motor neuron disease.
Well, the reaction was very positive, overwhelmingly so. Yeah, it was brilliant. It's a great reaction I got from most people. And what was really interesting would be one or two people actually said to me that they were a bit undecided about the issue, or even thought that assisted suicide was okay until they saw the video, and that made them think again, because they didn't realize kind of the complexities involved in the issue. But by what I said, that made a difference to me. So I was really pleased with that. And then the online comments were, again, a lot of positive comments and people wishing me well and encouraged me. That was really lovely for me. And obviously not everybody agreed with what I had to say, but that was fair enough. At least I appreciated that these people took the time to watch the video and to listen to me and even to respond. So yeah, it was all good. Okay, well, I mean, if you just take that term, dying with dignity, nobody would disagree with that. I mean, we all would wish for that at the end of our days, and we wish it for others. And the differences arise when we ask the question, how do you die with dignity? And some people would answer through assisted suicide. Other people would say, definitely not that way. And I actually think it's quite sad that some people think the only way to die with dignity is to kill themselves or to have other people do it for them, when you think of it. And I think this must reflect on how they live, not just, how they died. They must feel that their lives have no dignity up to that point, or they fear their lives will have no dignity after that point. So maybe there should be more debate around that, like how we can support these people to find a dignity in their life, no matter what kind of illness they're going through, or mental anguish or fear or whatever. So maybe that's one way of looking at it. I mean, at the end of the day, I think dignity it's largely up to yourself. It's something internal, dignity, and it's not something that can be legislated for.
Oh.
Well, first of all, the positive side of it is that people like yourself and Hope Island and other groups and individuals have given me a voice, which is great, which is wonderful, and have let me say how I feel about it. That's really good. The negative side about the whole thing, to be honest, is sometimes the whole debate just pulls me down and depresses me. And I think it's largely because I find myself in this group of so-called qualifying persons group. And I feel like I'm divided off by the vast majority of people in this society, by myself and people with similar conditions. We're all kind of corralled together and told that we can qualify, that we do qualify to end our lives if we want to, and if we can get help to do that. Whereas people on the other side of the fence are given the total opposite message. So the message I receive is that my life has less value and less worthwhile than others. Because if I want to end it, there's no problem and I'll actually be helped to do it. Whereas those non-qualifying people are given the message that under no circumstances should you even consider suicide. And not alone will we not help you do it, we will do everything to dissuade you from it or even prevent you from it. And they're being told that their life is precious, their life is worthwhile, and that if they can't see it themselves, that there is help for them, so they will come to see it. And that the suicide is never an answer to any of their difficulties. So it's that kind of a message that's coming across, and the proponents of this bill and their supporters and those who voted for it up to this point, whether they actually realize it or not, that's what they're saying to me. And that's very upsetting for me, to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I would encourage anybody with their own story to come forward, because it's important, I think, that to give that perspective that nobody else can actually give, and somebody who is in this situation themselves. Having said that, I'd be a bit cautious, because I would hate to think anyone would feel under pressure to do that, because I know myself, dealing with a serious illness like this, it's a lot. So I wouldn't want people to feel obliged to come forward, and especially as the issue itself is so sensitive. But one thing I would say is maybe people wouldn't realize that they don't have to necessarily do videos or interviews if they want to contribute to the debate. They can just simply send a few thoughts into Hope Ireland, say, or contact them for chat, So it doesn't have to be a big commitment, but it all helps. Everybody's individual thoughts, stories, whatever's in their mind, I think would help with the whole debate, and making it clear to outsiders, to other people, what it's really like to be in this situation. Yeah.
Yes, that's Kathleen Rogers, and what an amazingly kind of articulate explanation of her own situation and her perspective on this issue. Now, I know that Kathleen is attending the conference today, so Kathleen, I'd really like to thank you for sharing your story and giving your personal perspective on the issues that we're discussing today, and really kind of help to put a context to the issues that we're discussing today. Now, Kathleen mentioned the video that that she had shared for Hope Ireland and has been viewed so many times. So we're actually going to share that video. It's just short, a couple of minutes, and we're going to show that now.
Hi, my name is Kathleen Rogers, and I have motor neuron disease. This puts me, of course, in the category of terminally ill people, someone the Dying with Dignity bill is designed for. But I don't want it. I object to the name, first of all, as it suggests that shortening your life is the only way for a terminally ill person to die with dignity. This is not true. I intend to live out my life to its natural end. This end will be difficult, I'm under no illusion, but I have faith that the support, care and respect I currently receive from the health professionals, the palliative care team from the hospice, and from my family and friends will continue for as long as I need it. I will live out my life to its natural end, and then I will die with dignity. You may say, fair enough, but why deny others this right? The truth is that such a decision to avail of assisted suicide cannot be taken in isolation. There will be knock-on consequences for all of society. Our medical profession, those trained to preserve life, will be turned on its head. Regarding the law, with this bill, the state will be sanctioning the death of a certain section of the population. What message would that give me and those like me, especially those struggling with feelings of being a burden on others? I think the message would be, your lives don't matter as much as others. We will not waste time trying to encourage you to seek a better option. Go ahead and end your life if you want. So, I would ask our politicians not to vote for any bill which seeks to introduce assisted suicide or euthanasia. In the meantime, speak to people like me, those in the medical profession, and those involved in hospice care. We can tell the story from another perspective, one that needs to be heard.